Well, here we go, everyone. Back into the game. I told you it wouldn't be too long. It's going to be, again, Silent Purge up against Cannon Fodder. Cannon Fodder have brought in a substitute. No longer going to be seeing Timmy here anymore, unfortunately, as I believe he was having some issues. But Quarantine Blue, I'm going to see if Cannon Fodder can come back here in the second map. And the third map has to be Tanker, or Blue's going to be really upset. Or both could be really upset.
Tanker or...
Subway.
I'd deal with Cargo as well. Cargo would be fine for me.
But a night version of Cargo. Well, the lights are shot out.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now that would be cool. I don't know if you could do that.
I'm sure that's like very simple to like switch it to a night mode map. Just take out the light sources.
No, I was saying like if you shoot out the lights, because I don't think you can do that in this game right now.
That'd be pretty cool.
It'd be cool if you could like if you had lit rooms, you could shoot them out.
It'd also be cool.
Like Splinter Cell basically at that point. For you getting that. What would be cool?
Oh, just, you know, if Cannon Fodder won a round, because you're currently down 4-0 overall in the series.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We got Silent Purge going to be on the defense, uplink on that south side. And again, Cannon Fodder, it's just so night and day between, you know, the four teams we've had so far, where it was Big Red 1 versus Boss Fight, and Boss Fight were just about going fast-paced action. You know, Scorpio going for like the 50-second uplink.
Yeah.
And here we're seeing both teams play so passive and so cautious, and obviously for good reason. They're like pretty much right next to each other in the rankings. Ranked 4th for Silent Purge and 5th for Cannon Fodder. Trying to build up the points they need to potentially go over to the UK.
Most situations you kind of are going to have to play a lot more slowly on this map too, just due to how much more open it is and how many of those like big like rushed crosses you have to go for and things of that nature, where you're going to be taking a massive risk on just getting picked off from someone that's like 200 plus meters away.
Wait, Las Vegas? Did you see the sign? Where's this map located? It said like a road sign for Las Vegas. I'm gonna say somewhere in Nevada. Area 51. Salt Lake City, okay, yeah. Oh, some shots routed off. A lot of shots routed off, and unfortunately the player there just didn't make it really anywhere. I didn't even see where the shots came from. Must have been off towards his right-hand side behind him, as you saw there. King of the North.
Cannon Fodder in general, though, going to be losing those players. He's Swedish, too, King of the North.
Well, you get what his name is, right?
Yeah. Game of Thrones reference?
Yeah.
What?
I can't remember his name anymore.
What?
Actually, I used to hate Game of Thrones. I still don't like it that much.
Jon Snow? Is that
Jon
what
Snow, there we go.
Yeah.
I still don't like it that much. But I watched it just to say I've seen it, because everyone I told I'd never watched it, like, said, why haven't you seen it? It's one of the greatest shows ever. And to me, it's just like, it's all right.
All right.
It's okay. It's not.
The earlier seasons were better.
I think, like, you know, Daredevil was way better.
Couldn't watch Daredevil.
The show?
Yeah, I didn't get through the whole season. But moving back to the game, we do have Button, once again, trying to lead the charge here over by the down plane. After a teammate was recently lost here, he's trying to figure out where those shots came from and see if there's any chance of an exchanged fire to try and knock out a member of Silent Purge, but I doubt he's going to be able to get much from this spot.
He's got a smoke on him, though. So you definitely see they were looking towards the later stages of this round. We've seen their execution has actually been really good. Like, I think we haven't seen really a team yet in the league at the moment who has been able to like perform the execution timings that we've seen them do. At least the teams that we've covered. But still, like in that situation, yeah, they had a great execution, but once they lost a player, they just didn't know what to do from there on. Button. Oh, there's a couple of shots. I think Dustin knows he's there now.
Yeah. Oh no, and the return comes in immediately from Silent Purge. They're going to be able to pick him off. They did lose one of their own in the process. But I think that happened in another part of the map due to an unrelated battle.
Getting ripped on a chat by Arsenic because of, I'm guessing, Game of Thrones. You know, I'm sorry, I've got taste in what I like to watch. Like Bob's Burgers, big show. But it's a 3-on-4. So that Purge still maintain that man advantage, especially on the defending side. Going to be majorly helpful here. You're just trying to get around that corner. Actually, has maybe some things they can scavenge from.
Yeah.
Jon Snow here, looking for his sister. I don't know.
Just pick like a generic plotline from Game of Thrones. They're gonna push back in. Silent Purge still holding strong. Things are actually evened up a little bit more. No, not the case, actually. That player from Cannon Fodder is also going to find himself down. Not completely out just yet. His teammate can more than likely get in to res him. But the pressure is going to be on, so I'm not sure if that player will be so keen on going for it. He's so far away. Yeah, I just realized where he was. It's all the way over here, pretty much on the other side of the street. It's going to be
time, though, Blue.
Yeah, that's the other problem as well. Less than 30 seconds for him to actually make a play on offense here and get towards the uplink, so I think that's just become his focus at this point. See if he can ninja the code. Buxton is having a good time, though, just flipping around. Doesn't seem too worried.
Wizzo, though. 10 seconds. He's got to go. There's just, I don't think, he doesn't even have time. I just literally don't think he has any time to do this anymore.
I mean, it's right there, but yeah, he's going to get picked off from downrange anyway, so Silent Purge will pick it up. And via the timer, well, actually, no, via the last kill, nearly via the timer, they are going to be able to take control of this opening round yet again.
So Arsenic must be German because he said I'm dead to him. But he still didn't say what. Oh, no, he said Game of Thrones. Okay, got it. Well, either way, that's Silent Purge getting the first round. And more importantly, getting one step closer to the victory as well. They're already up 4-0 from the first map. And the thing is, like, the rounds are still relatively close, but even with it being close isn't enough for Cannon Fodder to actually pull off a victory for themselves. Like, they've had situations where they could potentially pick a win. Remember, like, one of the first rounds we did on the last map. On Bazaar, it came down to, like, a 1v2. And Cannon Fodder, they got the first frag, and they came down to the 1v1. And the only thing that stopped him from winning the round was because he killed his opponent just a second after, like a half second after he died.
We need like a real momentum changer here from Cannon Fodder. We need a round where they just kind of dominate things. Unfortunately, they've come close more than once, but it's just every single close outcome is going the way of Silent Purge so far. So even when things get close, I'd imagine Silent Purge aren't even getting that worried at this point because they've still come on top of the clutch at literally every turn. And it's Cannon Fodder that just can't seem to get the pieces together here to be able to win a round for themselves.
Let's see, Cannon Fodder going to be on the defense here. Curious to see what direction they're going to go with initial defense. Just think back to Bazaar. They literally just sat back at the uplink. They didn't send anyone aggressive, anyone far up to get information, and they waited for Silent Purge to come to them. I'm not sure if that same strategy is going to continue to work out for them because, you know what, it didn't work out at all for them at the time they had used it. So maybe it's time to change things up, especially realizing, you know, I mean, losing here won't knock you out of, you know, a potential chance to qualify for OC5, but it will make things a little bit more difficult. And obviously, you want to be able to end the season on a high note with a victory. You definitely don't want to lose, you know, 12-0.
No, you do not. So once again, folks, we are just waiting for our teams to ready up. And then the second round shall begin. Silent Purge still dead set ahead on trying to close this out in dominant fashion. They too are hunting for as much, for as much MMR gain as humanly possible here on the final day before the qualifiers lock in. And we'll get to see where each of these teams will get to go, whether it be the open qualifiers, the LAN event at the beginning of September, or potentially just a direct invite to a later stage of those open qualifiers where they will look to just qualify via an online match.
Just getting word that I think a player on Cannon Fodder is having some issues, so we'll be taking a little bit of time before we do kick off our second round. Not sure what player it is. Maybe production can let us know if it was one of the players having problems before or if it's the new player that was brought in to replace Timmy. Whenever I saw his name, all I thought was South Park, by the way. I'm not sure if you thought the same thing.
I just hear that whenever I hear the name Timmy now, unfortunately.
Yeah, South Park ruined that name.
It's been ingrained in my brain now.
Okay, so Wizzo, who was the last player there in that 1-on-2 situation, is the one having some problems.
Gotcha.
So hopefully it didn't affect him too much in the last round. But maybe that can explain why the push happened the way it did with him, since he had no time anyways, you know, with it being a little bit late.
Yeah, it was pretty much impossible for him to win that situation unless he just showed up with...
Oh, unless Silent Purge messed up and, like, both peaked for no reason.
Yeah, pretty much. Unless they gave him a lineup on headshots for him to quickly try and close out there. Which, obviously, we saw did not end up happening. Someone picked him off from long range right at the end of the round, and that second player that was still inside of the site didn't even have to make a move. I think that was the leader, actually, of Silent Purge that was sitting in the site at the end of it. There's the beep. Here we go, folks. Into the next round now. And again, Silent Purge having great control so far over the map.
Let's see. I'm going to be looking at Cannon Fodder, how they can defend. Are they going to stay around the uplink again and lock down this location? Or are they going to push out a little bit further to get a better vantage point and use that information to their advantage? Still can't hear him.
They're definitely talking English. I think I heard it that time. So.
Yeah, I just didn't hear what they said. Let's see. One player is getting towards the center of the map, actually. Well, no, he was Cannon Fodder. Maybe he's going a little bit slower to get there. A shot's being routed off already here at a straight jack.
Feels like this could be a misdirection, though.
He actually got a frag off that, by the way.
Did he really? Okay, never mind then. All right.
So they tried to send one player super aggressive towards the southeast side, and he immediately got punished. Now Cannon Fodder already down a man within the first 30 seconds.
They're going to take North Tower, it looks like, as well. Which proved to be a very crucial part of this map to try and get control over. They've got a long way down, though, because they've chosen this route. However, with one kill already going in their direction, they are more than likely going to be okay with this lengthy amount of time that they'll need to get to the uplink from here. That's even if it comes down to the uplink and they don't end up just dispatching the entire Cannon Fodder roster first.
This looks like this time now, with that player already going down from Cannon Fodder, they're having to play a little bit more respectful. Stick together a little bit more, not send anyone out on some crazy adventure in Buxton. Maintain control of the air-conditioned building. It's a lot of air conditioners, by the way, for a building of that size.
See, this is where it gets me, is I don't know if they are air conditioners. Because wouldn't it have like a vent on it if it was an air conditioner?
I mean...
Right? Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong, but you're stupid.
See, that's an air conditioner on the right side there. It's off screen now. Yeah, that thing on the right. That's an air conditioner. These are just metal boxes of shame as far as I'm concerned. Got Buxton.
That's a shot.
That's a nice little angle he's got there, too. He's definitely seen a player way in the back behind the ambulance, but it's just a matter of actually knocking him out. And they do actually take him down, or at least I don't know if it was the player he was shooting at, but someone from Cannon Fodder does end up going down because of that. But they can be revived still. Oof. Dovo, they're just making a mad run across, taking fire along the way. Get himself into the open. No, it looks like our ambulance player is still standing. So it was someone else that ended up getting taken down.
Purge have lost out on a player, though. Over towards that center part of the map. Button. I go for a couple of shots there. Actually, be relatively careful. I think that was Buxton who's playing from this position, actually. Was it actually Buxton that went down, or did he actually rotate over towards that far inside? Because that guy's booking it.
It's gotten very chaotic as a result of a few of these kills, though. A lot of players are split up now from both teams. So this could end up...
Somber's lost the second player. I think maybe Button got him. Yeah, looks like he did from here.
I think that was someone from Purge trying to make a little bit of a run. Potentially for a quick push to the uplink.
No, there's no Scorpios in this game.
Yeah.
Plus, we're like 4 minutes too late.
Very true.
All right, well, Kevin go for the run across the street. Actually, he's no one even spotted him out either, so he's gonna have a lot of real estate to cover, a lot of land. Just push straight through. Gets inside the burning building.
Try to work himself up top as well to take a position there, but about 2 minutes left. Eventually, Silent Purge are going to have to try and get a bit more aggressive here due to the lengthy, length of the battles that ended up happening between these two teams at the end of the round, especially if the guys on Cannon Fodder are going to be a lot more hunkered down as they appear to be now, and not necessarily in more open positions. It's going to take Silent Purge some time to fish these guys out, figure out where they are, and then eventually take them down. Although Kev, as I've been saying before, has a great position to do some real damage here against Cannon Fodder if he's able to push in successfully.
The player who's down, like, he's running out of time to actually get res back up, and look
there we go.
Kev comes in. So it's technically a 3-on-1. Well, 3-on-1.5, I guess. There's just any chance they can... Actually, he's somewhat near him, but that's still a distance to cover.
Yeah, at this point, I think it's very unlikely that that player gets res, especially since Button is now the only one standing and he's on the uplink right now. Button's pretty much just going to have to sit in this corner and Hope he's able to fire off some good headshots. He's at the current position right now to watch this guy wrapped around it. Now he looked away, so he's going to turn his head away, and that will give the round over to Silent Purge. They pick up yet another one. 2-0 lead now for them as they continue to dominate on the second map of the series.
Timing, though, right?
Yeah, pretty much so.
1 second he doesn't look is a second that he comes around the corner and eliminates him. West Salt Lake and Las Vegas.
See, what confuses me about where this is taking place is I'm pretty sure both of those highways go through Las Vegas, if I remember correctly.
Okay. So we're not in Las Vegas. But
No,
we're, like,
that's the thing is I think we are in Las Vegas because I don't know where else both of those highways would connect. I'm pretty sure 15 and 70 are only highways that connect in Vegas, if I remember correctly.
What a nerd.
Because the 15 is literally like the road between LA and Vegas, I think. And that's like the main point.
No.
Isn't it?
No, odd numbers go north-south.
Yeah, but Vegas is north of LA.
Directly north, is it?
It's like northeast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, actually, in the U.S., if you see a highway or a freeway with an odd number, it means it goes north-south, and if it's even, it goes east-west. Did you know that?
I knew that. I just forgot like the rules for it. Yeah.
I remember because of the I-5 that I used to take to work in Sacramento was north-south.
Yes, that one's north-south.
And that goes to L.A.
And then there's the 10 is the other one that everybody hates. It's the 5, the 10, and the... it's the one I take that I'm forgetting. That's the worst one. It's the one that I take the most.
How much you hate it, you don't even acknowledge it.
I forget what it's called. The one that goes through the valley. Yeah, I'm just not gonna bother.
It goes to the Grapevine, right?
The one that has the one that like always gets jammed every single morning. The one that's on the 405. That's it. That's the one I always have to take.
And like 90% of the chat is like, what are they talking about? I swear.
I mean, we've probably got a couple viewers from LA, so they can sympathize with us.
I miss driving, to be fair. 6 years here.
Don't have a license.
What? You don't have a license?
Nope, never had one.
All right. Well,
just take Ubers everywhere.
It gets expensive, man. We're just waiting for the next round to start up here. Silent Purge going to be back on the attack now. Uplink going to be on that eastern side, as we can see. So we have to change up how the two teams are going to play. And Ken and Fodder have to be very careful, again, of a potential uplink. They cannot afford to let something like that happen. They cannot afford to let the second map just slip away from them. And yet, it just seems to be going that route. It's now 6-0 overall in rounds between the two teams.
The problem is they just keep putting themselves into holes they can't dig their way out of, whether it's like getting completely out-positioned by Silent Purge under certain circumstances, losing too many players early on in the round, getting engaged into a firefight, and then just kind of losing by default via that method, or, you know, like every option that Ken and Fodder could potentially use to try and turn these rounds around is going against them. So unfortunately, it's really not leaving a whole lot of room for them to bargain for even a single round, let alone turning a map back.
Well, we still don't even know what the third map's going to be, and I would imagine it's not going to get any easier for this team as we approach that point. But again, we're basically right around the corner from the major qualifiers, whether it be the open qualifiers that are happening, the two of those, or if it's the UK Invitational that's happening September 1st and 2nd. If you're, of course, in the UK area, you should definitely stop by for that one. Not sure if they're selling tickets for it just yet, or if they sell tickets at all, but just show up anyways.
Definitely. Sure to catch some of the action that's going to be going on.
Yeah, should be good. Don't know who else is going to be there, but I'm going to imagine that we're going to have similar people from last time, from June.
Yeah. Let's say it's a pretty good bet, and that'll be on September 1st, 2nd. Yeah. I'm going to check the dates. Now I don't have to. Good. Just going to hope you're right.
And of course, if you guys are interested in, not on the Onward, the VR Master League does have quite a few different games. You got Pavlov over there, you got Beat Saber. And over in the VR league that we do have, we have Echo Arena, actually, which had a fantastic event back in the UK in July that we were casting. It was phenomenal, actually, really good games. And actually, we'll be coming back in a few weeks, bringing you more Echo Arena, as well as some more Onward.
Be back next week, actually. I mean, I'll be gone. You'll be at QuakeCon, I believe.
Yeah, I will be gone, unfortunately, in the US.
But I will be here. I don't know who with just yet, but I will be here to bring you guys some Echo Arena action. That'll be next Sunday, if I remember correctly. Saturday or Sunday, one of those 2 days. To avoid making the mistake I made last time.
All right, well, I just got word from production that one of the players actually broke one of the cables that he had. And now that team is looking for a replacement for him. I'm not sure what team it is, but is one of the teams here currently in this match is Cannon Fodder. You probably could have guessed it. So what we have to do is we have to head to a short break, guys. Unfortunately, again, we do apologize for this, but there's nothing that we can do about it. But when we come back, we'll be continuing this series and continuing the second map. So don't go anywhere.
One city, one stage. One trophy. One champion.
And another kill to find Fallen.
One moment. ESL 1, New York, 2018.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again with more VRL action, and in this case, it's VRML action tonight.
Scott Vermal. Sorry. Go ahead, continue.
We've got Cannon Fodder going up against Silent Purge.
It's definitely TJ doing observing now. Definitely running into lights.
And Silent Purge are up 2-0 against Cannon Fodder and 4-0.
Place a player? Or did he fix his cable?
He might have just fixed the cable. It might have just come unplugged, to be honest.
They brought in a new player. No, that's Wizzo.
That's Wizzo. Wizzo's been here.
He was the one having some issues.
Can we bring up the like POVs that you can bring up there, and we can probably see from there if anyone's changed. Like the little boxes. I don't know how you do that. Okay.
Well, currently Cannon Fodder is trying to fight for their life here. As they're on the attack another time. Oh, flashlight? Is he trying to like get some attention?
I don't know.
It looks like he's trying to like distract and like, hey, shoot at me, guys.
I feel like that, yeah. I feel like it's really hard to like mis-equip something in this game, considering that you have to like confirm it like 3 times on the menu.
Uh-oh. Wizzo.
I definitely think it might have been intentional. However, yeah, Wizzo could find himself in trouble. He thinks this is a clean execute he might be working towards. However, coming over the sandy dunes there on the right. You call those dunes.
Sandy dunes of quarantine number 1. This is a par 7.
And there we go.
A water trap. Because there's no water. That's why it's funny.
I get it, yeah.
Silent Purge have lost a player, actually.
Kev missed this guy, I think.
Oh, he's just peek. Literally, all he's doing is get over that hilltop, and he's going to spot out Wizzo.
It's weird because I thought he was peaked enough to be able to see him.
No, yeah. He's just slightly off.
Look,
I think Wizzo just slipped through.
Completely missed the number now. This is going to be bad because Wizzo can just run up and kill the guys prone in the street right now or inside of the building.
Another player's gone down. Wait, is he? Uh-oh. Wizzo, no, not like this. Not like this. Get your gun out.
He knows he's there. He saw him. Oh. He knows it. So he runs back, quickly takes him down, and for the first time in this entire series, Silent Purge are falling apart at the seams, and it's going to be up to these last 2, maybe 3 all the way. Doubt they can res that 3rd player to try and bring this back in a 2v5.
I feel like there's so many potential movie references we can make with their name, but I just got none. I just got nothing. You've seen the Purge movies, right?
Nope.
Wait, so you don't even know what I'm talking about?
I thought you were just talking about movie references, like in general.
So the Purge movie, it's basically like a series about like one day a year it's illegal to murder people, like to do any crime.
Okay.
To like get out all your sins and get out all the frustration, because like that's what society deemed as what causes all the bad stuff to happen, is like it's pent up and you never get rid of it until someone explodes and that stuff like that happens. So one day a year it's legal to like murder people and steal and everything like that. And that's what the Purge is, once a year. You've seen Rick and Morty, right?
I've seen that episode.
Yeah, so that's what it is.
I know the concept.
Yeah.
Just haven't seen the actual movies.
It's actually a new one that came out not too long ago. But you know what also hasn't come out too long ago? A potential round victory here for Cannon Fodder. They're up 4-2 with Silent Purge still having a man down. Looking like that little break they did have helped things quite a bit because they are playing like a different team now. Maybe it's just the uplink position. Maybe it's just the over-aggression of Silent Purge. But either way, might finally be them with a round on the board.
Wizzo just realized that the third man was actually inside of his building too, so quickly moves in for the double tap to finish him off. And another one from Silent Purge is going to be taken down, leaving only one still standing here for them. Otherwise, the round will be going over to Cannon Fodder. And this lone player now has to pull off a 1v4.
He knocked down one player already.
He's got to get flanked here by Europe, more than likely, though, so that should be the end of the round. Maybe not. There it is. Europe finishes him off. Cannon Fodder get on the board now. 2-1 become the scoreline.
Okay, so we got a game going on now. All it took were about 3 breaks. Cannon Fodder seemed to have wised up to what they wanted to do in this map. But now can they defend the uplink? That's what's going to be a really interesting part here. Because their attacks, I think their attacks, Cannon Fodder, have looked better than their defenses in general. I feel like that's where they got most of their frags from, was attacking versus defending.
They just seem to get picked off too much on defense. Like they overpeak or like kind of send players too far out or something like that. And they always end up losing them in the process to Silent Purge. So if they can rein that in, there'll be a better chance for them to kind of swing this one back a little bit. But it does kill the perfect series for Silent Purge. 12-0 is no longer in the cards. And Cannon Fodder will now have to try bring it back normally if they want to take the series.
So I'm hearing Cannon Fodder actually going for another substitution. I'm not sure if there's actually like a sub rule.
I feel like there'd be a limit.
In most sports, there's a rule, right?
Yeah.
In like football or soccer,
Most esports, really, there's a rule for that.
Yeah, so they're substituting Timmy in for Wizzo. So Wizzo was having some problems before. So maybe they're just trying to, like...
Didn't Timmy get subbed out for Wizzo, though?
Yeah, no. Someone else came in for Timmy.
Okay, gotcha.
Timmy. And then Wizzo will be coming out now, so Timmy will be coming in. So I have to obviously take a little bit of time to get that set up and ready to go. But hey, Cannon Fodder's trying to look better. I'm surprised. Maybe it's actually the pause that are actually causing Silent Purge to struggle a little bit now.
Ice in the kicker a little bit?
Yeah. Actually, it's funny. I tried using that reference once, and no one understood what it was because I was casting like a British guy. Yeah. It was Zoot. He didn't understand what that meant. I'm like, okay. Yeah. I'm glad I have an American here with me.
I know it's so much mainly just because Counter-Strike, it's like a really big thing when you pause at certain times. Like it's like a legitimate strategy at this point in the meta.
Yeah,
so.
It is. Stop the momentum, you stop the hype. Give yourself to calm down and think things over. And here we go, back into the 4th round. Sorry, Gunner, if your team is losing.
And a player from Cannon Fodder once again going down right at the beginning. And it's mainly just Silent Purge just kind of spamming down the street. I'm pretty sure they knew that someone was going to try to go crossing the main street here, and we just started spamming it. As soon as they saw him, locked on, took him down, and just like that, Silent Purge are up again.
Well, actually, because of that frag coming through, there's no one on the south side, it looks like. So that should allow them to have a clean rotate all the way around. Yeah, they don't get picked off.
There is one player that's sitting in the middle buildings, but in terms of an outskirts push, unless this guy is good with his long-range marksmanship, there's very little that's going to stop Silent Purge from pushing through that south side and trying to swarm up on the uplink in that direction.
Again, Buxton back on this air-conditioned building. I still say those are air conditioners, by the way.
Well, if they are, then they're going to blow up because they don't have anywhere to vent.
It's just, you know what?
I have no clue how air conditioners work, by the way. So. Oh my God. I just know that they produce...
Hey, when did Breaking Bad get here on the map?
Oh, that's probably what that is, too. It's probably a reference. I just realized that.
Didn't like the show. Just kidding. It was all right.
Okay. I was about to get angry.
It wasn't amazing. It was okay.
I think it's the greatest show ever.
It's better than Game of Thrones.
I think it's the greatest show ever.
But Game of Thrones isn't that good. See some shots being routed off here. That Buxton going super long range. See King of the North here trying to spray down the man crossing. He's going to actually get the end cap, I believe.
Let's take him down, but it's only into the down state. No double tap just yet, but that might be soon to follow up as soon as they realize it. Regardless, it's an even trade, and it now brings us down into a 4 versus 4. Silent Purge going to have to slow things down once again. They are back in the hot seat.
Like, if the wife got murdered in Breaking Bad, the show would have been like 1,000 times better because she was so damn annoying. She was so annoying.
So, I'm not gonna get into it because this is gonna turn into like a really long conversation. We can talk about this later.
No, we're not talking about later.
Yeah.
So you get it out now, or you just hold your peace.
It seems that way the first time, but if you watch it again, the wife's actions make like 30 times more sense if you watch it again.
No, she's annoying.
I thought that too, but then I watched it again. Anyway, back to the game.
How dare you? Oh, God. Anyways, UC Death now, University of Death, trying to come around the side. I don't know if that's actually what his name's supposed to mean.
I was trying to figure out if one of the like characters from the team tag was supposed to be part of his name, and I missed it, like Puck Death or something like that.
Do you feel good about that one?
What?
Do you feel good about that? No, I thought I was actually as well. I was trying to decide, but that's actually
That's why I didn't say his name for the longest time.
Oh, Timmy, who has joined the fight another time.
Timmy could get picked off if he's not careful here. RPT's slowly creeping up onto him, but Timmy will change position. Moves more towards kind of midpoint of the building here. That does give RPT free range to move pretty much directly next to the uplink. He can go all the way through the side of this building without having to worry too much right now. Although actually I have to identify where the fourth player is still, so that may not be the case. But yeah, he can walk right up the side of this building and get pretty much directly next to the site. The second he peeks around the corner, though, he has a fight coming his way, so he needs to be very careful.
Keep in mind that, again, they have like the bottom area to work with. 2 players on Silent Purge have pushed this direction. Again, trying to make some calls to his teammates, but those 2 players could easily push across towards the east side, it seems. So only 1 player to potentially thwart their push. That's going to be a smoke coming through to allow them to get across. Wow, actually, a lot of smokes. Okay. Just really wants to make sure they can cross.
It's a party out here. Not moving out on that just yet. Still stuck in the 4v4 currently, but you see
down. Did they just kill that player? No.
that was the one that went down earlier. They were just double tapping him, I think. Buxton nicely found. Marksmanship for him takes out this player on cannon fodder. Attempts to take up a position on the 2nd floor, the broken window building. And not sure what's going on with Timmy there, but RPT might be able to kill him in a second.
I think we're in Zoolander right now. They're breakdance fighting.
So I think I don't even want to. I'll talk about this later because I think I know what he's doing, but I don't want to be wrong about it.
Okay. Oh, Buxton hiding behind the cement truck. RPT. So has Timmy off to his side. It seems to have calmed down a little bit. Sorry, I'm just imagining him at home just like spinning in circles. Oh, he's pushing up and actually, oh wow, how does he?
This is going to be an uplink play now as well because RPT is going to move right up to it. He does have to check the site to make sure that there's no one here just yet. Dabo is going to get spotted in the building. Both will trade each other, but at the end of the day, through that kill, Silent Purge once again pick up the round and will push forward at 3-1 against Cannon Fodder.
Res him. Come on, man.
So I think what Timmy was doing is I think he was like, had his headset close enough to the ground where the game was registering him as prone, but he wasn't actually prone. I think he was just like down low enough and like spinning around. Like
me?
I can't because if I duck down too far, the mic.
Well, hold the thing. There you go. You're good. I'll do it.
So like if he went down low enough and then just started spinning around like this.
Can we come back to us and you show us?
No, I can't spin because the mic cord will get caught. But I feel like that's what he was doing, and the game just registered that as prone and gave us.
Don't worry, I'm gonna look at Twitch chat and they'll be able to tell us.
That interesting
My
display.
buddy Arsenic, my greatest fan, will inform me about what's going on. But yeah, either way, 3-1 Silent Purge. Good execution towards the end there, especially when they had the pressure and they had the advantage. He hasn't answered yet, just let you know.
Okay. That would be the only thing that makes sense. In my eyes, anyway.
I just imagine him at home breakdancing, actually. So
He just has like a really big lazy Susan or something like that he can go on.
Susan.
You don't know what a lazy Susan is?
You mean like a lazy boy?
No, it's like there's a thing like it's normally in the concept of like a dinner table, but it's like a thing in the middle of the dinner table that spins. Basically, it's like
for
it's mainly for like food, but there's
sharing food. Oh, what's it called? What's it called? Family style.
Yeah, it's for that stuff usually.
You just spin on it.
Yeah. He's got like a really big one. He just lays down on it and just with his other hand, just starts spinning
So you can
himself
watch
around.
every angle at once
Yeah.
and want to throw up at the same time.
Probably. I mean, I'd be impressed at his cable setup, like, to make that work. Because normally if you try spinning around too much in VR, the cable gets all caught and everything like that.
That's where you hang the cable from the ceiling.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He's probably got like one of the hanging things.
Nice. All right. Well, we should be getting away in a few seconds with our last round. I'm imagining no one's having any issues or substitutions. Haven't been informed otherwise just yet. There we go. Hear the beeping coming through. So Cannon Fodder, you got to go big or go home here. This is the second map, potentially the final round of the second map, before we do move on to our third map, which has to be Tanker, as we said. It's been, okay, it says it's from being in the corner because the body's to spin around for some reason. There you go.
Oh, okay. I was really hoping he had a giant lazy Susan.
Oh, so they're pushing pretty fast here.
One big group of them, too, so they're not splitting up so much this early on, although that could change pretty quickly here. So we're going to see Timmy take a bit of a different round. Come on, that wouldn't even make a noise.
To get you back for all the times you did to me.
I did it all fair.
Blink down towards that south position again. Timmy looking to, again, just try to cover a couple of angles. It's going to be difficult to hold on these positions. We've seen Cannon Fodder be able to trade the best when they've been attacking versus defending, which is actually where they got their first round just previously. So a lot of distance to cover before Cannon Fodder is even in a position to challenge out on this uplink.
It's gonna be a long windup on this round. Cannon Fodder have chosen to take a very tactical route to try and outwit Silent Purge. I don't know how well it's going to work, however. Silent Purge don't necessarily have positions to counter this, but they do have a very centralized setup, however. So it can be very easily adjusted as soon as they catch the play from Cannon Fodder.
He's just messing with our cameraman because the cameraman thought he was going to keep running and then he just stopped by the tree. It's like, I know you're following me. He continue to push though. He's the only one actually. Remember we talked about the wild card thing as Radarhead was talking about on the end of the show yesterday. Friday, I keep saying yesterday. Trying to cause a little bit of disruption here as he's now towards the fuselage of the plane. I mean, the thing is, like, as we can see, obviously he can't see this. He has a lot of room that he could still push up. It's going to be very difficult to hit any shot onto him.
It's probably going to be a little bit careful crossing this street. I say
of course.
there's a small chance he could get caught here by someone and quickly picked off. But if he gets past this cross street, he can, again, has a lot of room that he can work closer and closer to that uplink with. His team, though, is just stuck on the very north central building. And they have not moved from there yet. Thankfully, still plenty of time, but I'm now curious about how they're going to approach this, because if they try to take it head on, I doubt that's going to work given their history. But we'll wait and see on that.
See, Dawa being very careful about where he's trying to look. Again, has so much cover to use with those barriers too, and just shooting between. And the burning building going to be occupied by Silent Purge, of course. I see a person playing directly on the uplink too, so there's no chance of Cannon Fodder pulling off a tie off this round. Or at least ideally you would assume that, since Silent Purge are definitely keeping control of it. Now Timmy starts to make a move. Dabo as well is actually pushed up quite far, and there's finally going to be some sort of action over towards his left-hand side, towards his 11 o'clock position, maybe 10. But I actually wonder if if Silent Purge know that he's been able to get to this spot.
If not, then it's going to be incredibly impactful. He immediately fires out as soon as he finds someone. No success, though. No kills just yet. Silent Purge remained 5 strong for the time being, and immediately Cannon Fodder have to ditch that position due to, well, just how overexposed it is once you give yourself away. You need to play camped on the steps if he wanted to, but then his position becomes all too obvious. So yeah, he's backed away for the time being.
Have been exchanged though. You're up, still alive technically. but is able to get a decent trade onto one player, taking him down. Another person has actually fallen for Fodder. This time he was fully finished off. So now Silent Purge again with the man advantage. 4-on-3.
Here comes that lurk though onto the actual uplink. This is what
Buxton.
This is what they were building up to, was for this guy to sneak in, but Buxton's got to watch it. The thing is, Buxton is playing in a very, very understood position. So Dabo's going to check this for sure. Or at least it would seem that way. He's made noise now. Buxton's going to change up his own spot. Rounds the corner. Buxton successfully defends it, picks him off, and now puts Silent Purge at a man advantage, which could have been extended even further. Can still be the case. Kev makes the runaround, but he's caught out and is going to be taken down instead by Cannon Father, giving the advantage back over to them.
Not sure if that player knows how lucky he actually was there. Button's going to go down. Buxton was finished. RPT. Oh, he's going for another, and he gets it as well. It's done to the last man from Cannon Father now on a 1-on-2. RPT just going to scavenge his teammate here. That fallen body and can reposition himself.
Gets himself a quick syringe injection to heal as well.
You get the door.
Chucking in nades, trying to make a little bit of noise. He might have been spotted though. He's going to panic, starts rushing forward. He's definitely seen one. Unable to get a shot out just yet, however. No other teammates to play with here. Just going to take up aim, see if he can wait this out.
It's in the smoke and gets the uplink. That would be baller.
All trying to play the aim game right now. 20 seconds left. He might have been able to see that player flickering into the background. He's close enough to the uplink now if he wants to try and ninja the code. He's still stuck on aim. Doesn't want to give up his position here just yet. Wraps around. There's the first pickup. Less than 10 seconds, though, and he will go down. So Silent Purge will take it. 4-1 being the final score of this second map, putting them ahead 2-0 overall on map share. And in addition to that, giving them an 8-1 scoreline for the overall series, which could be extended as far as 12-1 if they take a 4-0 third map here coming up in a few minutes.
Keep in mind, it was 13-4 last time they did meet on July 15th. So Silent Purge really showing that they are maintaining that position and maintain the skill discrepancy, the skill advantage, whatever you want to call it. Maintain that they're the better team between the two. And we've only seen that kind of continue to grow as the series has gone on. Not sure what the last map is going to be. Not even sure how long it's actually going to take to get to that point. But I believe we're going to have Nightfire on again a little bit later on to talk with us after this series. Looking forward to see what he has to say. But yeah, Blue, we're almost at like the final round, or sorry, the final map here of the series. We actually have like, unfortunately, like a 2-week break before we do get back into some more Onward action. I think the 23rd, 24th, and 29th, 24th, 26th?
24th, 26th.
Yeah, and then the 19th, it was 15th, 19th is Echo Arena, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so, yes.
Because we're getting to some last chance qualifiers for that game as well. Silent Purge, good stuff. Really good stuff. Again, Buxton, I was surprised to see him get that shot. Actually, I like the way he backed away from the corner too, where you would pre-fire coming around the corner to shoot that position, which we saw Cannon Fodder try to do. Actually misplaced himself on purpose, so when the guy came around the corner spraying that angle, because he actually just talked on the radio that he was going to miss the shots and be able to get the kill himself.
Yeah, Silent Purge had a bit of a bump in the road, like in the middle of that series, dropping the round. They did lose. I think it was mainly just due to confusion in that round, because we saw like a lot of very confusing kills going back and forth. But after that one, they immediately got control back and started winning them without much of a doubt there once again. So same thing for them, just taking really dominant control of the map overall, letting one round slip through the cracks. But besides that, still a very convincing close out of the rounds that they did win.
In that round, it was, I don't know, it didn't really seem like, it was convincing, obviously, out of Cannon Fodder, but it was kind of like Silent Purge just made a major mistake, and then it just went downhill from there. But unfortunately, we do have to wait before we get to a third map. We're going to head to another short break here, but when we do get back from this break, it's going to be the final map, and I swear on Blue's shirt that I will burn if I'm wrong. There will be no more breaks after this, guys. So stick with us, and we'll be back shortly.